I'ma start, I'ma finish. And let the pussy spin.
Before we get into the video, do me a huge favor. If y'all need your badges grinded by the greatest and fastest badge grinding service out there, y'all go check out my boys at Star Grinders. Their Twitter link and their Instagram link will be in the description. And let's get into the video. Sorry if I sound a little tired this video. It's like 4 in the morning right now, but for the OGs on my channel, y'all know I put a lot of effort into all my builds. I sat with this build for hours on top of hours trying to decide what is the best way for it. So this is a catfish finisher, and what I mean by catfish is it says finisher as the build, but it's made out of the shooting and defensive pie chart, so it can shoot as Hall of Fame shooting and defensive. So like the video at the very least, and if you sub up, that's up to you. You might as well hit that bell, alright? So appreciate my newcomers, my OGs returning, all y'all with the notifications on. I notice y'all, I love your comments. But let's get into the video, alright? So I did make this build on accident at the center position, trying to make a perimeter lock at the center position. So that's how this came about. Accidentally made a finisher, and it was 6'9". I went down to 6'8", and then I 6'8" through all the positions. I made it all the way down to the point guard position. So here, choose whatever hand, PG, choose a young Froby number 8, because that's when he had an afro. Go down to the shooting and defensive pie chart, the balanced. Now here, choose whatever one. I'm choosing speed. Strength isn't really much of a factor this year, which is insane to me. So I'm gonna give you 2 versions. All right. So the first version is the most balanced version that can guard centers and guards. All right. So we're gonna go with 7 finishing, 2 off of our midi, 1 off our 3-point shot, and we're gonna get 17 shooting right here. Now I know what y'all thinking. Why am I gonna take down my midi and my 3-point shot? It's just 1 attribute off your 3 and 2 off your midi. It's not a big difference. All right. Now you're gonna need to know how to shoot with your shot stick and the meter off and timing it fairly well with LT. That's the only way. If you cannot shoot already with your shot stick and the meter off and don't want to learn, don't make this build, because then they see finisher, they're gonna leave you open from the midi or the corner 3, and if you don't know how to shoot, you're not gonna be able to do anything on offense. So they're just gonna leave you open. You'll be bricking. Then your finishing isn't super high enough to contact dunk people, even though they think you're a finisher. So what are you gonna do on offense besides probably catch a little backdoor or set screens, honestly? So make sure you know or want to learn how to shoot before you make this build. So here, 1 off of max for your interior. Max these out, and then we're going to be a few points shy of max with our steal, alright? But we still get 22, which is the max amount of defensive upgrades, badge upgrades out of this build. So this is the first way. If you want to guard centers and guards, this is a very versatile build. Now if you know you're not going to be guarding any centers or playing center at all with this build, you can get away with doing something like this. You can squeeze, at the sacrifice of 1 defensive, you can squeeze a finishing out, so you have 8 finishing like this. Or if you want to sacrifice some of your shooting and have 16 shooting and 9 finishing, do this if you want 9 finishing. So this way, or the 8 finishing, 17 shooting, and 21 defensive, or the way I said, which I recommend right here. So back up to 17 shooting. This is the way I would recommend you to make the build. Next, choose whatever body style. Go up to 6'8" on both versions of the build. Now the weight for this version, for the balanced version, guarding centers and guards, go down to 201, so you get the +1 to your layup and your driving dunk, of course, to your perimeter, and we don't lose any interior defense. Now if you're not going to be playing center at all, and you made the other version that has more finishing and no interior defense, you can minimize the weight. Alright, but if you want this way, do this with it. Max the wingspan out on both. So at off rip, you had a 69 3 ball. I'm splashing with a 68 3 ball on my glass cleaner, who's a 92 overall from the corner. You can shoot with this build off rip, and at 99 you're gonna be solid if you know how to shoot with the shot stick and the meter off. Then your defensive stats are gonna be in low 80s, some almost 90. Then your finishing, your driving dunk is a 75 with this build that has no finishing in the pie chart. So this has solid finishing on it, not being a finishing pie chart. So next, remember that driving dunk. You can't choose sharp take. just know they might only let you shoot one shot before they close out on you and realize that you're probably a catfish finisher, even though they didn't know that build existed in the game. Now, if you want to choose slashing take, I feel like this will be fairly decent because your driving dunk at 99 will be a 79. I feel like that's a high enough driving dunk to get consistent contact dunks when you activate the slashing take. Now, if your build had like a 70 driving dunk, yes, you can get a contact dunk and slashing takeover here and there, but it will not be consistent at all, honestly. That's what I personally believe, but I believe your driving dunk on this build is high enough to get consistent contact dunks with slashing take. Now, what would I choose, which is the most useful in any situation? Probably lockdown take. Believe me, they're gonna let you shoot maybe 2 to 3 shots before they start guarding you as a finisher in the corner 3 or midi. Alright, so Decibel, we got a catfish finisher, shooting and defensive. I'm not making this up. 6'8". So I would go here, slithery. Now, if you chose slashing take, max this out, alright? If you didn't choose slashing take, I would probably do something like this, or you could put this on contact or acrobat. But this would be your best bet for your finishing. Now, for your shooting, these two are your key badges, especially your hot zones when you get them. But next, for this build, max your catch, flexible gold. This is the sweet spot for the badge, and the silver corner. Why not put your corner up higher instead of your catch? Because your catch makes you more diverse in the areas that you can shoot at. Alright, this gives you a significant boost in the corner, but if you have Hall of Fame catch, and silver corner is going to do the job in the corner, but Hall of Fame catch, so you could move around in the midi, anywhere, maybe from the 3-point line if you're just that good. Alright, so this allows you to shoot from a lot more places. So next, one playmaking, probably unpluckable. Now, if you're going to be guarding centers, I'm going to give you a center guarding version and then a guard guarding version. Alright, so the center version, gold rim, gold pogo, Hall of Fame rebound chaser, interceptor silver. This will cut out any like cheesing of the game where people have Hall of Fame needle threader, Lob City passer, and Lob City finisher equipped. Because I went against that, I had bronze on, I was snatching the passes out here and there, but it was not consistent. They were just cheesing me. So put this silver. This will cut out 90% of that. All right. Now, if you're gonna be setting screens, you can put Hall of Fame brick on, chase down bronze. Now, with my 2-way finisher, I want to test out using this bronze or silver because I don't feel a big difference from bronze and silver all the way up to Hall of Fame, honestly. So, but for this, just to be safe, you can put a Hall of Fame. All right. Now you got one more. You can put this anywhere you want. Maybe rim protector, Hall of Fame. So this is if you're guarding centers. Now, if you're gonna be a spot up center, you could take down your brick wall and put it on your post move lockdown. Alright, you got one more. You can put this anywhere you want. Pogo stick, box, tireless defender, your pogo stick, like I said, in Hall of Fame, or chase down. It's up to you. Now, if you're guarding guards, take this off, take this down to silver, this probably down to silver or bronze. Max your clamps, tireless like gold. You got one more. We could put this probably on pickpocket. So this is if you're guarding guards. So I gave you a full setup. Hopefully you like this catfish finisher build. I put a lot of effort and time into making this build the best way possible. So like the video at the very least. Sub up if you want to. Hit that notification bell. And until next video, I'm out.
Niggas never tell the truth. Niggas say they keep it real, I don't never see it. Keep it real with who? Niggas never tell the truth. Niggas say they keep it real, I don't never see it. Keep it real with who? Go. Say you keep it real with who? All the shit you talking about saying.